Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to apply cream blush. This was requested from Maria. Thank you for the request. Before we get started, if anybody's wondering about what's on my eyes and things like that, then I will show you. But I'm using the Maybelline Eye Studio in Navy Narcissist. On the lips, just for a little color, I'm using the Color Whisper in One Size Fits Pearl. As bronzer, I'm already used bronzer, and I use the NYC bronzer in Sunny. And I'm going to be using a stippling brush to apply the cream blush. If you don't have a stippling brush, you can always use your fingers. And another tip that you might find helpful when applying blush, this has nothing to do with cream blush itself, but just blush in general, is that your blush should start like 2 fingers from your nose. So like you don't have to have it like right on top of, you know, your nose area and stuff. Like I bring mine in a little closer than the 2 fingers, but I always start the blush out to 2 fingers measurement. So the cream blush I'm using today is from e.l.f. and it's in Heartbreaker. It's a pretty bright and intimidating blush. It's gorgeous though, and it is pretty pigmented. But there are ways around this to where it's not so bright. And one of the main things is you want to have a really light hand when applying this. And I also take my stippling brush and I just dip it right into the pot. Just probably about 3 times. Kind of firmly, but enough just to get a little coating on the brush. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's like barely any product on there. So I always start with doing it like that. And I start just pouncing it on there at first. Just like that. And then I do circle motions to start blending it out. And then I blend it back as well. And it may take a minute, but I hold my brush about this far down, so about in the middle of it. To use an extremely light hand, the further back you want to hold it. A firmer hand, closer, middle is perfect for the cream blush. Blending it out. And I'll just continue with the circle motions until I feel like it's blended out where I want it to be. And I'm just going to dip my brush in like 2 more times. And just apply a little bit more to my liking, personal liking. If you like it to come off a little bit sheer, then I would just like gently dab it like 3 times. Just get a small coating on your bristles and then do it and then be done. But that's what I like to do, is just dip the brush directly into it. Just coat the white bristles just a tad. Nothing major. And then you can also, to help with the blending process, use a kabuki brush. And this one's from e.l.f. And I do apply powder with this, so I just have a little bit of powder product in it, more than likely, and that's okay, because that will help sheer it out even more if you want that sheer application. So, the majority of my product is here on the apples, but just remember that trick, like, so you'll get most of your product over here, and not directly, there on the apple. And then next, just quickly also, this will help tone it down to use a highlighter. And I also want to mention this is the order I do them in, because I feel like it helps with the blending process as well. I do bronzer first, then I do my blush, and then I do highlighting. And it just, for me, it just works and seems to blend out a little bit better. But Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer in Reserve Your Cabana, I like to use this angled brush. Tap it in there a couple times. And then I come down the side of the nose as well. So if you get crazy over here, you bring your highlighter down too in an L shape from your cheekbone. And I feel that helps too. And then I just blend over top of it, right on that blush too. Just further blending it out. And that's all I do and how I apply cream blushes. I hope you find this helpful. Let me know if you do and it works out for you. Thank you for the request, Maria. Anything else, please leave it in the comments below or send me a personal message.